Thinking of moving to Oklahoma City from California? Well, it turns out lots of people are doing just that, moving all the way from the Golden State to here in the Sooner State. So if you'd like to get into some of the reasons why, stick around. Thank you so much for joining us here today. According to a recent USA Today article, a new statewide poll found that 4 out of 10 Californians are considering moving out of state, and the majority saying that it has just become too expensive to live there. 2022 marked the 3rd consecutive year of population decline in California, according to U.S. Census data. Here in Oklahoma, according to a recent Stacker.com article, California happens to be in the top 5 states that has residents moving here. And based on that recent poll, I don't see that changing anytime soon. But why are so many people deciding to move from the Golden State all the way here to the Sooner State? Well, we are about to explore that in this video. But first, if you're thinking about moving to the Oklahoma City area, whether in the next few weeks or few months from now, I would absolutely love the opportunity to help make a smooth move here to OKC. You're going to find my contact information in the description below, so please feel free to shoot me a call, a text, or an email, and I will certainly get back to you to see what I can do to help you buy that perfect home here in OKC. Now, with that said, let's get into the video. Surely, one of the big reasons that Californians are considering making a move here is the affordability of homes. The typical home price here in the state of Oklahoma is right around $200,000, which looks wildly different in California, where the average home will cost you around $750,000. Now, right here in the Oklahoma City metro, even as the real estate market continues to thrive, the median home price as of June 2023 is right around $260,000. So, how does that compare to the cost of a home in a major California city? Well, in LA, the median home price is rapidly approaching $1 million, while in San Francisco, the median sold price is near an astounding $1.5 million. So we could probably stop right there and you would understand why so many Californians are moving to Oklahoma, but let's continue. One of the many differences between California and Oklahoma is the political landscape between these two states. California has certainly become known as one of the most left-leaning states in the US, and Oklahoma, on the other hand, leans most certainly on the conservative side. For decades now, California has voted in favor of the Democratic presidential candidate, where Oklahoma has voted for the Republican candidate in every election since 1968. Now, while the state of Oklahoma is certainly quite conservative, the political leanings right here in Oklahoma City are definitely a little more down the middle than you might think. But it definitely makes sense that if Californians have been unhappy about policies that have been enacted in the state, they may tend to migrate towards a little more conservative states like Oklahoma. But that's just a guess. By the way, if you're gaining any value from this video today, I would encourage you to tap the like button so that YouTube will share this video with more people who may find value in it. We would really appreciate it. Thank you. One of the major differences between California and Oklahoma is taxes. The statewide sales tax in Oklahoma is 4.5% versus California's state sales tax at 7.25%. However, it's important to note that here in OKC, once city and county taxes are added in, it becomes 8.63%. In Los Angeles, the combined sales tax rate is 9.5%. In fairness, the combined sales tax rate can vary widely throughout California, so where you live would determine if you're going to pay a higher tax rate than you will here in OKC. But in a city like San Francisco or LA, you are likely to pay at least as much as you will here in OKC, if not more. Now, let's talk property taxes. The effective property tax rate here in the state of Oklahoma is 0.87%. And here in Oklahoma City, that property tax rate is around 1% or so, and is applied to the home's assessed value. The effective property tax rate in California is actually a bit lower than the national average at 0.75%, with most counties still being below 1%. However, state income taxes are an area that vary widely between California and Oklahoma, and you will almost certainly pay more in California than you would here in Oklahoma. Despite California having some of the highest income tax rates throughout the entire United States, they somehow managed to operate at a $22 billion deficit in 2022, but I digress. California's income tax rate has a sliding scale between 1% and 13.3%. It's a fairly complex calculation, but for an earner making $100,000, you'll pay a little over 6% of your income in state income taxes, and that percentage can begin to go up dramatically from there. Here in Oklahoma, on the other hand, the top earners will only pay up to 4.75% of their income in state income taxes. It should come as no surprise that traffic is much worse in major California California cities than you'll find here in the major cities throughout Oklahoma. According to a global traffic scorecard that was released earlier this year, California has 4 cities in the top 20 for worst traffic throughout the US. And both LA and San Francisco made it in the top 10. And it definitely doesn't surprise me at all to find that Oklahoma doesn't have a single city in the top 20. So if spending a large portion of your day in traffic doesn't sound appealing to you either, I could see how a move to a place like Oklahoma would definitely make a lot of sense. So remember, at the beginning of this video, we talked about a poll where most Californians felt like that it had frankly just become too expensive. So we have to assume that cost of living is a major reason why Californians are moving to places like Oklahoma. Overall, the cost of living in California is an astounding 42% higher than it is here in Oklahoma. Now, that's probably enough said, but let's break it down across the categories. You will spend roughly 26% more on groceries in California, 77% more on housing in the Golden State. You'll spend 38% more on transportation in California, almost 70% more on childcare, 36% more on entertainment, and 22% more on clothing. When you take a closer look at these numbers, it certainly doesn't take a detective to understand why so many Californians are deciding to move out of the state. Another difference between California and Oklahoma is, of course, the very different climates. And with these differences comes very different weather patterns. And while I don't have time to go into all the different Oklahoma weather in this video, I do go into detail in this video right here, so make sure to watch that one next. And as always, until next time, I certainly hope to see you soon. See ya.